Hi, my name is Krishan Thomas. I am going to be talking about my campaigns that I chose to do for the virtual community service. My first 5 campaigns that stood out to me the most were Power to the Periods. That was my first one. Gun Violence is Public to Health Crisis. No to Hate. And then we have my final 2, which are Stash Our Fortune Tellers with tips on using condoms. And lastly, Get HIV Tested. The 2 I decided to do for my campaign were the last 2, which was Stash Our Fortune with fortune tellers with tips to use condoms, and Get HIV Tested. I chose the first campaign because I feel like practicing safe sex is very important, especially in this generation. Also, for people already don't practice safe sex, but for those who do, it's important to practice it the right way and practice it correctly. Other than that, it's basically like it's not helping if you're practicing safe sex but doing it incorrectly. And then getting HIV tested, I feel like that's also very important because one out of every 8 people don't know that they are HIV positive, and they don't know their status. And I think that is very important in promoting health and to prevent the spread of HIV. The star qualities that I did leadership skills that I used during my project were being a motivator, especially with the getting tested one. I think it's an uncomfortable thing to do because it's the unknown and nobody wants to, it's that risk of getting a positive. So I think being motivating and, being that first step to like, oh yeah, let's get tested, guys, let's do this, saying the benefits from it and encouraging those to get tested. I think the influence that I had on the organization that I work with was impactful. I think I made a difference only because I did this with my freshmen, and they're freshmen in college, so they look up to me as a mentor. So it was really important for them to like use things as a fortune teller for practicing safe sex and how to properly use condoms, and also getting HIV tested regularly, knowing their status, and just keeping up with their health, both with sex and after partaking in sex. Community service make you strong. Engaging in community service make me a strong leader because it's basically you're benefiting the community, and you're doing it selflessly. You're doing it not for you but for others. You're doing it to encourage those or motivate those to even do community service. They see you doing it, that makes them want to do it. Or you just helping out, being a kind person to, or even being knowledgeable to people who might just be ignorant to the situation or the circumstances. They might not know. And with me being knowledgeable and explaining these things as a fortune teller or things of that nature, cause them to be, good and learn more about what they were getting themselves into and how to go about those things. The type of impact I believe that my campaign affected on people, I think it affected them using it with a good thing, because like I said, 1 in 8 people don't know their status of getting HIV tested, and you want to, if it does come out positive, you want to get that help as soon as possible, and just overall promoting health and wellness for those, and being knowledgeable about the circumstances and things you get yourself into.